Diamond Discord. 30 teams, 30 verdicts. Today, number 3 on our board, the Milwaukee Brewers.
Quayloque, Milwaukee, man. Best record in baseball last year, and they just keep reloading. Small market magic, Hermano.
That's the thing about this organization. Every time somebody says they're done, they come back stronger. Blue-collar front office, blue-collar results.
Before we go further, Freddie Peralta is gone. Tobias Myers is gone. The rotation you knew last year does not exist anymore.
Every year, man. Hader gone. Burns gone. Peralta gone. They trade their stars and somehow still win. How do they do it?
Because they develop, Davey. They don't buy talent. They grow it. That's the whole model.
Let's get into the lineup first. Then we'll get to the rotation debate, which I promise will get loud.
William Contreras behind the plate. Willie Adams at short. Sal Frelick. Jackson Chourio. Joey Ortiz. That is a young core, my guys.
Chourio is the one I keep coming back to. Kid is 21 years old, and he plays like he's been doing this for 10 years.
Chourio posted a 94th percentile sprint speed last season. He is legitimately one of the fastest players in baseball. The bat is catching up to the tools.
And Contreras, man. He is the engine of that lineup. When he's locked in, this offense does not stop.
Adames is the guy I'd build around if I'm running this team. Veteran presence, plays hard every single night. Does not get enough credit nationally.
Frick's on-base skills are legitimate. He doesn't swing at bad pitches. Joey Ortiz gives them a contact option who can play multiple spots. Versatile roster construction.
Kenji said, versatile roster construction. Just say they have a bunch of guys who can do a bunch of things, my dude.
That's what I said 2 minutes ago, and you gave me a look.
Transaction wire, Myers to the Mets is notable because it continues the pattern. Every year, Milwaukee ships a starter and replaces them internally.
The Peralta trade is the one that stings for me. That guy was nasty. Electric stuff? You don't just replace Freddie Peralta?
I disagree. They said the same thing about Hader. Same thing about Burns. Milwaukee finds a way. I'm not panicking over any trade they make.
Sully, at some point you have to admit this is a lot to replace at once. Peralta and Myers, that's 2 guys out the door.
That's the correct framing. The question isn't whether Milwaukee is good at developing pitchers. They clearly are. The question is whether the new names are ready right now.
They were ready enough to win the most games in baseball last season. I'll trust the process.
The Diamond. Brandon Woodruff is back. Tommy John recovery complete. He was their ace before the injury. If he's healthy, this conversation changes dramatically.
Woodruff healthy is a monster, man. That sinker, that changeup. When he's right, he is one of the best pitchers in the National League.
Guy fought his way back from Tommy John. You cannot teach that kind of toughness. I want him on my team every single time.
Post-Tommy John velocity retention is the variable nobody can project with certainty. Historical comps are mixed. Some guys come back better. Some never find it again.
Kenji, bro. Let the man breathe. He just got back. You already putting data limits on him?
I'm not putting limits on him. I'm acknowledging risk. That's what analysis is.
Behind Woodruff, you've got Jacob Misiorowski. Kid throws hard and he's got swing and miss stuff. Do not sleep on him.
Quinn Priester comes over and gets a real shot here. Milwaukee has a way of unlocking pitchers other teams gave up on. That's the thing.
Chad Patrick, Logan Henderson as a rookie, DL Hall in the mix. That is a rotation built on projection and health assumptions, high upside, real variance.
That's the same thing people said about their last 3 rotations, and every time they prove the doubters wrong. When does Milwaukee get the benefit of the doubt?
When the data supports it. Right now, the data says rotation depth is the legitimate risk factor for this team. That's not disrespect. That's the number.
Look, I respect what Milwaukee does. I do. But Kenji has a point. Can Woodruff plus a bunch of question marks really carry a rotation deep into October?
Davey, that lineup scores runs. You don't need a Cy Young every night if your offense takes pressure off. That's baseball, not a stats.
Playoff baseball is different. Opponent quality rises, sample sizes shrink, and rotation depth becomes critical. The lineup is fine. The rotation is the question.
And that is why they're number 3 and not number 1 on our board. The ceiling question is real.
I'd have them higher, but I'll take number 3, for now.
The farm Milwaukee keeps producing arms despite trading them every year. The pipeline is legitimate and it is deep.
Misiurovsky came up through that system. Henderson is coming through it right now. They manufacture pitchers like other teams manufacture excuses.
It is genuinely incredible, man. Hader leaves, they replace him. Burns leaves, they reload. Peralta leaves, next man steps up. How does this keep working?
Organizational pitching development infrastructure. They identify mechanical profiles that generate weak contact and build systems around that. It's a repeatable process.
So you're telling me the secret to Milwaukee's success is a spreadsheet and good vibes?
Essentially, yes. And consistent player development culture, which is harder to build than people realize.
It's also just wanting it more. Small market clubs that survive do it because every person in that building is locked in. There's no room for comfort.
That's actually a great point, Sully. Nobody in Milwaukee is complacent. They cannot afford to be.
Logan Henderson is a name to watch, rookie coming into a big league rotation with real stuff. That's a trial by fire, and I love it for him.
Bottom line, Milwaukee had the best record in baseball in 2025. They shed 2 starters in the offseason and rebuilt the rotation entirely.
The lineup is real. Young, fast, competitive. Contreras, Adames, Churio. That core does not scare me on offense. It excites me.
Woodruff healthy is the key. If he comes back close to what he was, this rotation is actually good. Not great. Good. And good is enough with that lineup.
My concern is simple. A healthy Woodruff plus 4 guys with real question marks is a rotation that works until it doesn't. One injury changes everything.
I want to believe, man. I really do. But I keep coming back to the same question. Can this rotation go deep in October? I'm not sure.
They had the best record in baseball. When does this team get credit for what they actually do instead of what people think they can't do?
They get credit. That's why they're number 3. Number 3 out of 30 is credit, Sully.
Fine. I still think they're underrated at 3.
Milwaukee Brewers rank number 3. Small market. Big heart. Rebuilt rotation. The machine keeps running, Hermano.
Diamond Discord. EP 28. 22 teams to go.